on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make
another edition of All Time High. I'm happy today to be joined by Pranav Singh. He's a mutual acquaintance. We are meeting live in person online because somebody else recommended him to me because he is one of the good guys in crypto. The honor right now is in Las Vegas, so you're going to be stuck with the two of us. Pranav, can you tell us a little bit about your background, and then I'll fill in the gaps. You've worked in entrepreneurial ways throughout your career. But actually, I'm going to start with a better question instead of asking that. Where are you coming to us live from today? Where are you located?
So I'm currently based out of Dubai. So we have our office put up here in Dubai Business Bay. And I'm working as a CMO for the company called FloxyPay. At FloxyPay, we have a crypto exchange, crypto payment gateway, a decentralized crypto wallet application. We have a FXY token, which is currently listed on 4 centralized exchanges and 2 decentralized exchanges. And we have just started a website called Floxy Travels, where we are trying to make it more feasible for people trying to travel. They hold crypto and they don't want to convert their crypto into fiat before paying for their travel expenses. So we are trying to give them direct utility for travel using crypto.
Specifically down that path. And I noticed that you are definitively in the marketing space, huge into cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the like. You're also, if I understand correctly, the CMO of Metaspace, which is more NFT based. We're going to spend more time talking about FloxyPay here in a second, but anything to share on the NFT front? There's a lot going on there.
So Metaspace is a 3D fully immersive metaverse.
Yeah.
And Metaspace has multiple verticals. One vertical is a AAA category play to earn game. So in game, we have a dual token economics where we have MLD and LW tokens, and completing the game, playing game with other players, you can earn MLD and LW tokens, which will be listed on exchanges, and you can liquidate it into fiat whenever you want to. And in-game assets, that are the guns, the characters, and other accessories the characters can use, are created as NFTs. So this, again, we are trying to create an ecosystem where players can, in a way, monetize their progress in the game in form of crypto tokens and NFTs.
So a lot of our users and viewers really that are looking at this, and even users in the space, I want to get your opinion because you have a foot in both waters. One of which is the utility dynamic, because you're talking about essentially helping out with foreign exchange fees and transactions that go back and forth and making that a more fluid conversation with travelers. And then on the other side of it, we're kind of in this degen economy where people are gambling, wagering, looking at NFTs, trying to find their own little virtual reality. It's kind of anything but what I do on my day-to-day. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to live large. I'm going to FOMO in. Are you finding more people interested in utility or more people interested in the FOMO aspect? Because right now, I will tell you, there's a lot of meme coin action here going on in the market cap for crypto. What's your take?
So in my perspective, the market has matured a lot. If you look at the kind of influx meme coins, meme tokens, and NFT projects that have already failed right now, that got started off around 2020, 2021. So I think the market has observed and they've understood what kind of projects will work and what kind of projects won't work. And they've developed some kind of maturity where they are trying to go beyond what the project is projecting themselves as, and they're going back and they're looking at what the actual utility of that project is and what the actual utility of the tokens, NFT tokens and fungible tokens of that project are. And in my perspective, the methodology of people who are investing into such projects has also improved huge folds. So
So
there is going to be some kind of influx coming from a small population into such projects, but major population who got burned by the bear market, the previous bear market, I think they would safeguard themselves to projects that might fail in the future.
fair enough. And interestingly enough, and you've lived in different countries. Have you traveled to the US?
Yes.
Okay, so and you're from India. Looking at your background, you're in Dubai, so you've got a really unique perspective. Some of it involves the rules of the road. And right now, it doesn't seem like, well, I'm in the US, so I'm biased in my viewpoint in terms of lack of regulatory clarity. It seems like Dubai is hungrier. I mean, India's kind of has some clarity, but they're saying, hey, not so much. You may be able to shed more light on it. But I'm talking to you while you're from Dubai. You're in two different places doing all the things that one would want to do if they wanted to help this space grow. What's your take on the different dynamics for each of the different countries and the regulatory clarity? What's really needed to help move the space forward more quickly?
So again, like uh, the regulatory framework actually is dictated by the philosophies of the country. So, for example, in India, you have RBI, which is the Financial Regulatory Authority of India, Reserve Bank of India.
Okay.
So, if you try and look at it fundamentally, RBI's objective is to maintain its control on the financial assets of India. Correct. Now, introducing crypto in a way takes away their control and their power over the financial assets of the country. And as of now, the kind of tech that the government has developed to monitor the flow of cryptocurrencies in and out of the country is very primitive. So their only option towards it is the only choice that they have to control the financial assets is to try to curb it as much as possible. So in India, there is a 1% TDS on whatever transaction you do, buy or sell, even it's profitable or it's non-profitable, it's a loss-making transaction. You are bound to pay 1% TDS, and then there's a 30% wealth gain tax. But whereas in Dubai, so now over here you also need to understand the financial literacy of major population, the amount of wealth major population holds, and what is their potential to bear. So what is a disposable income they have?
Somebody's trying to get a
Uh,
hold of you to spend some of
yeah,
that disposable
and
income, I suppose it looks like, or sounds like.
apologies.
No worries,
So
no worries. We're happy to have you today.
Uh, so again, like it comes down to the financial literacy of people, how mature they are in terms of new tech and financial assets. Second, what is their disposable income? So what is their potential to bear risk? What is their risk appetite? Correct. So in terms of India and also the population of the country. So in terms of India, it's not sensible for the government to give a complete green signal to crypto and be like, you can do whatever you want to. And
Right.
then there is an understanding. There is an understanding that will come when you'll have experts of the industry getting involved with the government. It will be the experts of the industry that will get involved with the government and help them frame the regulatory authority regulations in the country that might give you a regulatory framework that might help businesses and individuals use and adopt crypto. So in those terms, India is a lot less behind than Dubai. And in terms of Dubai, the major market for Dubai, the population influx of foreigners that is coming to Dubai is because it is very open towards crypto.
It's
So if you see the
staggering, is it not? I mean, international conferences are happening there. It's attracting people
exactly,
like yourself, and I'm in
exactly.
Texas. People in the oil industry are moving into this new place as the plumbing for cryptocurrency is getting developed.
It's simply because of the regulatory framework and the taxation. So believe it or not, major people got into the transactions of cryptocurrency because they wanted to reduce their transaction fees and their taxes.
Well, and it
So if
sounds
you
like
create,
that's what you're attempting to do with traveling across countries. But with that being kind of the framework of FloxyPay, are you finding, for example, are people able to buy? If I'm in the U.S., can I sign up? I'm going to pull up your website and maybe give you a chance to not even give you. I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit more about where
so
somebody
you
would
can go
sign
on
up or what somebody would do, and tell me I've got the right one
FloxyPay.io.
up. Yeah.
So you can go on travel.floxypay.com.
Okay. FLOXIPay.com
Uh,
or with a Y.
I'll share the link with you.
Yeah, that's, let me get that up. Here we go. I thought that was what I had a second ago, but I'm going to ask you to describe the site while I
So
pull that information up.
studio chat. So I've shared the link with you on the chat. So the biggest issue in using cryptocurrency for travel expenses is the on-ramping and off-ramping. So if there's a travel company that is accepting fiat, so you'll have to go through the trouble of converting your cryptocurrency into fiat first, and then using that fiat to pay for your travel expenses. But we were trying to bridge this gap, and we were trying to give people direct utility for the crypto that they hold. And
So
we
am I able
become
to use this in India, in
from
Dubai,
anywhere,
in the
from
US,
anywhere.
anywhere?
So
Okay.
anywhere. So whatever travel packages we have, whatever travel packages you can book it from anywhere. You are basically using crypto, right? And again, we are trying to do partnerships. We are trying to expand our ecosystem. We are trying to target more and more countries eventually. And
Do
through
you have a
this,
coin that's, say, listed on Coin Market Cap or anything like that that listeners should be
correct,
aware of?
FXY token, Floxy.
Okay.
Just go on Coin Market Cap and type FXY, Floxy.
You got it. And is this the FloxyPay ranked 4,000? I'm going to pull it up real quick so people can take a look at it here and ask you to tell us anything about it that you'd otherwise like to say. Does that look right?
Correct, perfect. So again, like there is some volatility in the token because there is not much value coming inside the token. So as the value captured by the token keeps on increasing, you'll see less and less volatility in your token. But again, this is relatively very less compared to a traditional crypto.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, as we look at this, we talk about the volatility in the space all the time. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Your risk tolerance isn't our risk tolerance, but certainly the people that are listening and watching to the show not only want to support ecosystems, but they want to look at, and right now it's right over 1 cent. It has some volatility in it, but who's to say what it may or may not be worth at some point in the future?
So
And you've got a lot of
again,
factors. Yeah.
so we are not trying to increase the value of our token.
Okay.
So the only reason we had created this token was because it makes our ecosystem more efficient. So we also have a crypto exchange and a decentralized crypto wallet application. So what are using our own utility token, we are able to reduce the transaction fees for swapping tokens and for trading on our exchange. So our so again, we are not trying to sell our token. We are not trying to increase the volumes of our token. We are not trying to increase the price of our token. Our token has a utility, and its only objective is to solve that purpose, to reduce transaction fees on our wallet application and on our exchange. That is it.
Fair enough. And as we look at the other things, I'm going to ask you more, wide open directionally, like zoom out for a second. Where do you see this space going in the next, I don't know, couple of years? Like, how are we? You're a marketer, and your job is to attract people to your companies that you're working for. How do we, across the world, not just in one country, but now we're going worldwide, attract more people, make it more attractive for people to get into the space? Because right now we've got a lot of villains. I don't know that we have many heroes.
So again, you don't need to attract people, right? You just need to give them absolute utility. If they have
Okay.
that right utility for the product, they'll come and use it. And I'll give you some statistics. So if you look at the adoption of crypto, it's currently at 5%. 5% of the total population throughout the globe has adopted to crypto. 95% of the people have not yet touched crypto. So then we went down and we did some research and we tried to figure out why 95% of the people are still saying no to crypto. So the first and foremost reason why you don't have major adaptation to crypto is because most major population think. Sorry, I got another call. So the first and foremost reason why people are not adopting to the crypto is they think the learning curve that is required to start using crypto is too much. So it's the friction. It's the friction towards giving yourself enough information so that you can start soundly using cryptocurrency. Second major reason why you don't see a major adoption is the volatility of the crypto market. Now, fundamentally, you need to understand as more value comes inside crypto, you'll see the volatility will reduce. I'll just give you an example here. For example, you have a stock priced at $100. Now
Okay.
you just need $50 to increase the price by 50%. But now you look at a stock whose market cap is $1 million. So you'll need $500,000 to move its price by 50%. So as you have more and more value flowing inside crypto, you'll see the volatility reducing over time. Now you can compare it to 2016, 2017, 2018. At that time, Bitcoin, Ethereum, like the major
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies were a lot more volatile. But as you see more and more value coming inside cryptocurrencies, you see the volatility reducing. And the third, again, it's a regulatory framework. Most of the countries are not yet sure as to how to have a right framework in which they can safeguard their citizens from the villains of the crypto industry.
Oh, for sure. And it's interesting that you say that. So 5% to me is 1 in 20 people. And if you think about it, right now, the people that are in are more comfortable with the volatility that exists. So to grow the space, you're actually going to start attracting a different type of user if it's going to grow.
Correct.
Because right now you have the pioneers who are willing to take the risks to get the rewards. Whereas when you say less volatility, you're looking at and trying to find people that want easier user interfaces, smoother transactions, confidence in the outcomes. And right now, that's arguably some of what is lacking. I am now pulling up, apologies for the delay, but here we go with your website. And it does have information about how you can travel. Do you want to just kind of walk us through at a high level? I did want you to get a chance to talk about this for just a second. And for the record, this is not a paid promotion. This is one of the good guys in crypto who I've connected with through my network. And he's now sharing with you some of what he's working on in all-time high, not financial advice. If you use the product, leave comments down below in show notes. We'll put this link as well. I'm going to turn it over to you and let us take it from here, Pranav.
So our website has a crypto payment gateway integrated to it. You can use all the major USDTs to book your travel packages and also our FXY token. And again, like with the help of FXY token, we are able to reduce the transaction fees on the purchases that you make because we hold the liquidity pools for FXY and INR pairs and FXY and USD pairs. So again, like this is another utility for our FXY token. It is easier for us to consume FXY tokens rather than
Okay.
USDTs if you're booking those travel packages. And again, like our travel website is currently at a very primitive stage. We have onboarded some restaurants and hotels in India, some in Dubai, and we are trying to get into partnerships through which we can have more inventory on our website. And again, the fundamental objective of this website is to help people who are using crypto to make it easier for them to pay for their travel expenses and pay for their travel packages.
No, it looks like you're off to a great start with your background. I'm excited to stay in touch with you and see where it goes from here. Is there anything, Pranav, that you'd like to share kind of as we sign off and close out this episode?
So before this, before you opened the FloxyPay website, you were mentioning that people who have a higher risk appetite are currently getting into the crypto industry for the rewards. So this is the fundamental flaw in the thinking. So crypto currently is an investing instrument.
Fair
It's
enough.
not supposed to be an investment instrument. It was fundamentally supposed to have a higher utility than your fiat currency. The utility of crypto is to reduce the transaction fees, make transactions seamless, borderless, and to safeguard yourself against inflation. So currently, because you're looking at the adoption going from 0 to 1%, 1 to 5%, 5 to 100%. So that is why at this time it's a good investment instrument, but it's not made for investing.
Investing, no.
Correct. The right cryptocurrency is not for investment, it's for the utility. It's for the problems that they solve.
So I'm going to agree with you. And I am, if you watch the show, I am the utility guy. And I've been catching up to the concept that the memes have been running. Utility has been slow to catch. Part of it's because of the regulatory hurdles. I can't wait for the utility to catch up and be kind of the core concept of what it is that helps drive the space bigger. So I'm loving exactly what you're saying. I just think the pioneers are more a gambling type. And so we need to grow the space, get past the pioneers and get into the settlers, the ones that are going to, instead of clearing the land, are going to build the houses. And when you build the houses, you need reliability. You need the air conditioning. You need the water. You need the rules of the road and whose property line starts here and whose ends there. I think we're right on the edge of that. And with your leadership and your companies that you're working for, I can't wait for that to happen. Pranav, thank you for joining us on another great edition of All Time High.
Thank you.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got